Testing, 1, 2, testing. Okay, who do we got here? Hello, welcome. Okay, let's see what's going on. Please work tonight. Okay. There we go. Come on, mouse. Where are you? There you go. Okay, like I had said before, I'm going to take a week off. It's actually a week and a couple days. I will not be back streaming until the day after Labor Day. That's Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week. Okay? So, let's get all holidayed up and see what we're going to do for a couple days. Practice, do yard work, go to the beach, wherever you want to go, whatever you want to do. I'm going to prefer to practice and write some lessons. Okay. So, guys, please get in the chat. Help me out. I don't want to be sitting here talking to myself or to the screen and nobody could hear me. So let's put that in there again. Okay. Hello. All right, tonight we're going to work with the halftime shuffle. Everybody, you know, the groove, you know, you got the Bernard Purdy halftime shuffle, Jeff Beccaro, Rosanna. I get a little not confused with Rosanna. I mean, the way there's some variations on YouTube of Jeff Beccaro demonstrating his halftime shuffle. Okay, and I always say it's dotted 16th notes because I read someplace where the foot pattern is the Bo Diddley pattern. Bum, 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 a Bo Diddley. You know, and there's no way you can play that Bo Diddley with a triplet. Okay, so now, hello, nobody's there. Halftime shuffle. A couple lessons ago or whenever, you have a PDF on a hand exercise for the triplets, where R becomes right, left, right, and L becomes left, right, left. Okay, so now, this is where this really comes into view. If I have all rights, it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Richard. You can hear me, Richard? I'm a little early, I know that, so I wanted to cover quite a few things. Richard, how are you, sir? Can you hear me? Oh boy, I keep saying that. Nobody gets in the chat. Okay, good. Okay, welcome back. And, I told everybody a couple nights ago that I'm going to take off next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. The next lesson will not be until the Monday after Labor Day. So I just need a little time for myself. I've been streaming for 4 years now without a day off. So I think I want to take that. And like I said before, take your time. You want to go to the beach, you want to do yard work, you want to sleep late, practice. That's important. Okay. Yeah, I've been doing okay, just a little bit tired. I think you have a PDF, Richard, on the triplet hand exercise where we're doing eighth note triplets. Like if I was alternating, it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4. I did give you an exercise referencing from Stick Control book that when you're playing, R will become 1 and left will become. So with that formula, I would do the first line as an alternating triplet, starting with the right hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? If I did line 3 with that formula, it's 2 R's. 1, 2, left, left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what I'm going to show you why you've got that. You have the PDF. It's just a hand exercise, okay? I want to take that over to the drum set and kind of show you the birth from, by doing that exercise, I use the term birth of the halftime shuffle. If I was playing all rights, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and So if I put my right hand now on the hi-hat, Marcio, how you doing? You'd have this, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can hear the halftime feel. So with just that happening, now there's one note missing. Now to bring it to a halftime, it's in 4. I hit the 3 instead of the 2 and 4. Like if you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. We're not going to do that. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. So, we understand that, how you're developing the halftime shuffle. I'm not going to put no foot pattern in here tonight, but next week we're going to start on the halftime shuffle, the week after my week off. Okay, so we're going to have 1, 2, 3, now 1, 2, 3, 4. Ghost notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not stiff. That's the halftime shuffle. Okay, so you have the PDF on the hand exercise. So if I had it just from the Stick Control book, all rights, it'd be. Do we understand that? I'm just giving you a basic concept of that. Do we understand that so far, gentlemen? Okay? And I did promise Dave Stanek that I will be taking parts of his book and start doing lessons with that. It's a great book, Mastering the Tables of Time. The guy is very, very brilliant and a good drummer to boot. Okay, so I just wanted to introduce you to that triplet, where you're going with that, because you're practicing on one surface, on a drum pad or the snare drum. You say, why am I doing this? Okay, so that's one of the reasons why. You have an exercise, but now you take the exercise and put it into a pattern, and you got the halftime shuffle. Okay, so anybody would like me to cover things tonight that they're not certain of? The level system, paradiddles, linear concepts, the jazz pattern, whatever you would like. Now, Ricardo, did you understand that, what I just did with the halftime shuffle? Marcio, did you understand that? No, yes, maybe. There's no questions. We've got a few more arrivals coming. I can see the live stream, how many are watching, and I don't get anybody in the chat. Except you, Ricardo, and you, Marcio, and me. You understand it. Okay, good. Is there anything in particular you want to try to cover? Maybe I can help you out with, or you could help me out with, whichever. Anything you want to cover. The levels, linear. You weren't here for that linear concept. The four-way coordination or linear concept, harmonic coordination, and cross harmonic. Were you here for that, Ricardo? Joe. But be on time, Joe, so you don't miss it no more. All right, I'll do it. It's the beginning of, I'm not going to use any foot patterns. I'm going to show you the halftime shuffle as supposedly it's in the tune Rosanna. Now, I don't particularly buy that, because I think that Rosanna, he's playing dotted 16th notes. And, dotted 16th notes is doubling the time, which in that particular case makes it sound halftime. 1 to end, the 2 to end, the 3 to end, the 4 to end. That's the dotted 16th note. All right, well, let's just go to the basic triplet. Okay, we have, no problem, Joe, I'm just busting your chops. We have that particular exercise on the PDF where it was a stick control formula. I don't remember the exact number. I have them in my file. Where we made the 8th note triplet. R would become a particular sticking pattern. L would become a different sticking pattern. So R would become right, left, right. Left would become left, right, left. So that's the sticking pattern on one surface as an exercise. So if I get a run of rights using that formula, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, that's great for your hands, and 1,000 exercises that you have. We're going to take that exercise and show you where you're going to go. You can go with it. One of the millions of ways you can. So we're going to take, it's part of the halftime shuffle. If I took a run of rights, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm being very mechanical and very stiff. Just showing you what I'm doing. 1 and 2, 3, 4. Okay, a little slower. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So now we're going to take the right hand, instead of playing it on the snare drum, we're going to hit the hi-hat. So now we have 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the. Now that's part of the halftime shuffle. There's a note missing. And if you notice, when I'm playing the lefts, okay, they're ghost notes. 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the. So if I took that on with the metronome, 1, 2. All right, so now let's complete that. This is we're gonna expand on this when I come back from my couple days off. So there's a note missing here when I'm doing that halftime. 1, 2. Now on the count of 3, we're gonna come down with the left hand. 3 and the 4 and nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 and here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. You understand that, Mr. Joe? And for you, we just we revisited it for the other guys that have been here. Okay, so just become aware. You have the whole stick control book page of the first 3 pages of stick control book as the foot patterns. And you have the whole syncopation book as the foot patterns or your own. So you're going to be grooving with a halftime shuffle. I know the halftime shuffle, and to be honest with you, I never did the tune Roseanne live or with the band, and I really never used the halftime shuffle. But it's a great feel. Okay? It really is. And there's a lot you can do with it. What about the Purdy shuffle? I don't know. Bernard, he comes up with something called a Purdy. I don't know what his shuffle is. It's a halftime shuffle, and he has a way of playing that. I don't know how he plays it or what he's doing. And if you ask him to do it tonight and then go see him tomorrow, he's doing the halftime shuffle different. It's the same thing as Jeff Piccaro's doing. But he's got his little stops in there and his little flares, and he uses more voices, and he's much more colorful. Whereas the halftime shuffle came from that tune Rosanna, where it was the same thing. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the Purdy shuffle, I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So on and so forth. Bottoms Full. What do you think? I'm a jazz musician. I don't remember all these tunes. All right, I'll do some research on it. Bottoms, John Bottoms. What was that? Fools in the Rain. And what about Steely Dan? Well, what about him? That one. That's the one I got. One you got. Okay, that's the halftime shuffle from Rosanna. I get into a couple budisputes about that tune. And it's a great tune. Jeff Piccaro, God bless him, man. Great drummer, man. I really wish he was still alive, and so does everybody else, The things he did was unreal. Great drummer. And John Bottom. And it always seems that, the great drummers always all right, I'll listen to that tune, okay, Joe? And we'll get back to that one time again. But like I said, I get into some disputes. I read about, I listened to it, and we're talking now about Rosanna. And the foot pattern he uses, and I even forgot what it is, Bo Diddley. You remember Bo Diddley? Bump, 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 ba-dum, jump, 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 Johnny, uh, uh. Hey, Bo Diddley. Okay, that's a good thing to get excited. No problem, Joe. All right. Anyway, like I'm trying to tell you, I got into. I don't get into arguments anymore. I'm too old for that nonsense. You know, go away from me. I don't need to argue. I don't have time for that. I want to practice. Okay, so I say that Jeff Piccaro's halftime shuffle on the tune Rosanna is not what I just showed you, the triplets. I say it's dotted 16th notes. If I'm playing an eighth note, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so now I'm going to play dotted 16th notes. 1 E and the 2, yeah. 1, the and, the 2. The pattern is the same. 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 1 E and the, yeah, 3, 4. 1, the and, the 2, the and. Okay? And he's hitting the 2 and 4 on that. So I'm gonna do a great a really good explanation of, on that next lesson. Everybody left. Joe, you scared them all away. Who else is in here besides you, Joe? Ha! Thank you, Joe. Who do we got here? Let's see what we got. Marcio, you still here? Ricardo, you still here? I guess. Okay, so we're going to do some research on that. We'll do some John Bottom. What do we got? A new message? Okay, hold on. Let's see what we got. I can't see this computer. I got to do something else. I'm only kidding, Joe. You're very sensitive. In a way, being sensitive, you're not, or defensive or whatever it might be. That's a good quality because you're a musician and you're sensitive to the music. You're sensitive to life. And you really care what people say, which I don't. You'll learn that. I don't really care what people say. Well, everybody loves John Bottom in the United States or in the world, not just in Brazil. Come on, computer, why do you keep doing this? Okay. I'm going to cut the lesson short tonight, only because I really didn't prepare anything, and we're going to get back into the whole thing. Okay, Ricardo, please come back. And, Marcio, does anybody here speak Spanish or can write Spanish? Ricardo, can you do that? If you can, I would sincerely appreciate you saying something here in Spanish to Marcio. Tell Marcio to email me so we can get the PDFs in Spanish. Can you please do that, Ricardo? I've asked him 1,000 times. I still didn't get any email. I think he's missing that. I hate this language barrier, and I feel bad about it. But it's there. All right, can you do that for me, though, Ricardo? Tell Marcio to email me, and if you could write that in Spanish, I would most definitely appreciate it. What is this now? I think I took that off. It just doesn't work anymore. Oh, Lord. I got to get it out of there. Okay, what happened to the clip? Oh, man. That's why. I got to get a new clip. Okay, Ricardo, I just thought maybe you can speak and write Spanish well. I was just trying to communicate with Marcio. Okay, guys, remember, no lesson next week. The Monday after Labor Day, I will be back. Yeah, I can use, you do, Joe. That would be good. Oh, well, you can speak Spanish and Portuguese in Brazil. I've been to Brazil. They speak both languages. They speak Portuguese and they speak Spanish. And it's very closely related. Okay, gentlemen. See you 2 Mondays from now. Guys, practice. If you have any problems, please email me. Yes, Portuguese is native, but they do speak Spanish. I was down there. Well, the only thing they like to speak down there is money. Okay, especially if you're an American or whatever, if you come from USA. Okay, guys, any questions? I'm going to close it up. You're welcome, Joe. Good night, Ricardo. Good night, Marcio. Have a good couple days off.